All right. I am now live. Hello to anyone who may be watching. I hope everyone's having a really lovely night, evening. So tonight it's just me again. Couldn't get anyone. The people that normally would be with me weren't able to join. So it's just me again. Okay. I am just sharing this right now, so bear with me. Whew. Okay, what is that? I don't know. Okay. All right. So, hello. So last night I was on spilling a Disney tea, and that was last night on Christy's Corners channel. And then tonight is obviously my own live stream, which happens every single Saturday night, 8 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Central. And to me, right now it's just me. If anyone ends up joining in and wants to join, feel free. Message me on Instagram at Life of Roxana, and I'll send you the link. But last night we talked about a whole bunch of different things. We talked about the changes coming to Disney Springs and the changes coming to the parks. So I kind of want to get y'all's opinion on the changes that are coming. I know Disney is constantly giving us updates. It seems like almost every single day. So I want to hear from you guys. What are your thoughts on and opinions on these changes that are coming to the parks? I know people are not happy with the fact that if you are staying on Disney property, you will no longer be receiving a complimentary Magic Band, and that you have to pay for that Magic Band now. So although I see why Disney is doing it, because they have to make up for the millions of money that they lost during quarantine. So what hello, how are you? How is your evening going so far? So tonight's live stream, I'm not sure how long this live stream will last. Just because we're expected to have storms tonight, but I'm hoping the storms will hold off. So I know a lot of people are not happy with the changes that Disney is making, but a lot of these changes are for safety reasons, and other changes are being made for loss of money that they lost during quarantine. So yeah, we all I don't, I feel like we shouldn't be mad because we should have seen this whole price increase coming anyways, just because park attendance is going to be low. They're not going to be making money, remaking the money that they lost by park attendance alone. And with travel bans still happening with some states, and then numbers are going up in certain states. I'm in Illinois, so our numbers are actually going down in comparison to other states. I don't know where people are watching from, if your numbers are going down or if your numbers are going up. I know certain states are now considered hotspots. This is the first weekend in Orange County, down in Florida. Yeah, it's definitely better to be safe than sorry. So this is the first weekend in Orange County, Florida, where it is mandatory for Orange County residents, and Disney is in Orange County, to be wearing face masks. And in Illinois, it's been mandatory to wear a face mask since May 1st. So we've been wearing a face mask for a month and a half now. And up here, it doesn't matter where you work, what you do, you have to wear a face mask. I work at a car wash, so and it's hot and humid. I have to wear a face mask. I don't like wearing it because I get hot a lot faster than I would than I normally would without one. So that's basically where I'm at right now. Hopefully, this virus kind of dies down with the heat, but you never know. New information's constantly coming out with this, and as more information's coming out with this virus, Disney's releasing new information that they gotta, and they're getting more information on guidelines that they have to follow. So that's pretty much like what's going on. And I know a lot of people are not happy with the fact that that you now have to purchase a Magic Band with staying on Disney property, and then it's no longer complimentary. But Disney has to make back the money that they lost somehow, and if that means charging hotel guests for a Magic Band, then that's what they got to do. Yeah, I think it will get here for a while. The more people don't listen to the rules, the more it's going to linger. The longer it will linger around. The faster we listen to what we have to do. I don't think people want to go back into quarantine because that was no fun. Not making money is not fun. Not being able to go out and hang out with friends or make plans or whatever is no fun. So I think what people need to realize, if you keep your distance and you wear your mask, the faster things can go back to a normal, and I say normal, way of life. Obviously, things are going to be different from here on out. Things will look different for a good while until there's some sort of vaccine or some sort of something. Thank you. Yeah, these are actually cotton candy ears, and I got these in a upcoming box swap that will be posted on July 4th. So I know I'm showing them off early, but I couldn't. I was too excited to wear these, so these were made by Sarah over at Dream It DIY, and she made these for me in a upcoming box swap. So that's what these ears are. I love them. They're cotton candy, and they're really plush. If you can see how plush they are, this side, they're just super plush. So that these came in a upcoming box swap. So that will be on my channel on the 4th, and if I can put these back on, taking them off is no problem. Putting them back on, there we go. It's for some reason it's a struggle tonight. So yeah, thank you. Yeah, she sent me like these and another pair of ears for 4th of July. So be on the lookout for that. So anyways, ooh, I need my water. Oh, I almost knocked the can over. That's not good. So what people need to realize, the quicker we follow follow the rules, and the quicker we keep our distance from each other, and the quicker we start wearing face masks, whether you like wearing it or not. I don't like wearing it, but with it being mandatory in my state, I don't know where you're watching from, but it's mandatory up here. And I know Orange County, Florida just announced that this weekend is going to be the first weekend of it being mandatory for Orange County residents to wear a face mask. Disney Springs is testing out a TSA style security system where you put your bag through like the conveyor belt that you would see at the airports, and they'll check your bags that way. My guess, the reason why they're doing that is because of the ladies and that one family that brought a hibachi grill to Disney Springs and nearly set a fire. Literally almost set a restaurant on fire. So that I wouldn't be surprised if that TSA style comes to the parks. I'm pretty sure it will eventually come to the parks, just because Disney's got to amp up it sounds like they really got to change their whole security system, because that one family decided to bring a grill. My question is, how do they manage to bring in a whole hibachi grill into Disney Springs is my question. It was a full luggage that they snuck it into. So I'm not sure how they managed to get away with that. I'm in Tennessee. Not many people are wearing masks, and numbers went up. Yeah, that's kind of sad that people are not taking this situation seriously, and they continue meeting up in huge crowds. So people need to start taking it seriously. Otherwise, they'll find themselves getting this virus, which is something I wouldn't wish upon people. The last thing I would want, and I don't care who you are, is just I don't want to see people getting sick because of this virus. So let's just follow the rules. I know it's kind of hard, and we're creatures of habit. We do things out of habit, and we're used to, this time of year, we're used to having countless barbecues and pool parties and going to the beach and all that stuff. And normally we would all just gather in crowds and, summer festivals and outdoor concerts, and all of that stuff is being canceled due to COVID. So if we want to go back to some sort of normal life, we gotta follow the rules. I know that mask wearing for us Americans is not natural. I know in places like China that where mask wearing is a little bit more part of their culture. They're used to having to wear a mask because of the air quality that isn't so great. So they're used to having to wear a mask over in China because it's a part of their culture, and it's something that they don't have to really adapt to. Where us here in the States, we have to learn to adapt to wearing a face mask. So I really like that Disney is stepping up their game with taking this seriously, and they're not messing around. They've got cast members around the clock cleaning every square inch of Disney Springs. And I'm sure when the parks reopen, that's not going to be any different. They're going to have, cast members all over the place, cleaning every single surface that people touch. I know that a lot of businesses are strongly encouraging people to use a cashless form of payment. So whether you've got PayPal or Apple Pay or a credit card or some sort of, or a debit card or something, where you're not where the cashier is not constantly trying to cash handle and cash handling, when you're handling cash, so all that germs and stuff transfer and then your hands get dirty from handling cash. So in that, plus you just never know where that money's been before it got to you. So I know Disney is highly encouraging guests to use a cashless form of payment, which I think it's good. I feel like even before COVID, cash was as a payment was not being used as often, just because a lot of people have their debit cards and credit cards on their phones now, and you can pay with using your phone now. So I feel like cash payments were being less used before COVID. At least that's my personal opinion. And so you know, I think it's a good thing that we're trying to, make things as safe as possible for those who handle cash and are cashiers. Because they deal with customers face to face all the time. Um, and so I I know Disney for sure is taking it seriously. I've seen videos of openings of Universal, and they're taking it very seriously. And then I saw SeaWorld, which was very, very disappointing. SeaWorld, um, it looked like, from watching videos of SeaWorld and their opening, it looked like everything was rushed. Um, they had all the signs of warning of COVID, and they had hand sanitizers and the spacing and markers and stuff on the floor. But they weren't really enforcing all the rules. I was watching Prince Charming Dev and his channel, and he made a video about it, and he said when he went to SeaWorld that he saw people not wearing a mask. He saw people not keeping their distance. He saw people walking around with no shoes, which gross. Why would you walk around a theme park with no shoes? I don't understand that. I mean, unless it's a water park, then okay, that's a little bit more understandable because it's a water park. And then he said that he saw people at SeaWorld walking around without a shirt. And I know a lot of these theme parks, especially Disney, has a no shirt, no shoes, no service policy. And I know for a fact Disney has the no shirt, no shoes, no service policy because I'm a former Disney cast member. And we were allowed to enforce that rule. And I had to enforce that rule a few times, but I was lucky enough that the guests that I enforced it on understood that I was doing my job and that there were rules that needed to be followed. But yeah, it was just when I was watching it, and it was very disappointing on how SeaWorld handled it. And when Disney Springs reopened, I was lucky enough that I had the day off and I wasn't working. So I was popping in and out of live streams, and I was watching opening day vlogs the entire time. I was pretty much glued to my phone all day. Although I feel bad for Corey over at Corey Meets World because he had his Disney Springs opening day live stream taken down for copy claim reason. And when it comes to the way Corey explained it was a copyright claim or copyright strike on a video is different in comparison to a copyright claim or copyright strike on a live stream. With videos, you can easily just edit that part out and add royalty-free music overlaid on top of that. With live streams, you have zero control over your surroundings and whether or not copyright music is in it. You can try to walk away from the copyright music and try to talk as loudly as possible over the music, but because he had been live streaming for 6 hours that day, he was not able to retrieve his live stream and have it on replay for people to watch, which was sad because I was one of those I think he ended up having 2,000 people watching. So I was one of those 2,000 people who ended up watching his live stream. And I was hoping to like kind of go back and just rewatch it just to kind of for the sake of rewatching. And he said that he was able to get in contact with YouTube, and YouTube was able to give him back the live stream, but it's not usable for the quality that YouTube gave him was a really low grade quality, so he's choosing not to re-upload his live stream for replay. So and it seemed like everyone that was there was following the rules. They were keeping their distance. They got in a virtual queue for any store that had a long wait, and people were being respectful of each other's spaces. The only time people were taking their mask off is when they were getting a water or they were eating something. And that's the only time Disney is allowing people to remove their mask, is when you're eating something or you're drinking something like water or soda or what have you. I know that Universal has placed in relaxation zones, and I think SeaWorld did the same thing, where there's areas of the parks, the water parks, streams. Oh yeah. Yeah, it's that part. Yeah, I don't know if I would go to a water park at this time, but I think I will. When it comes to water parks, I think I'll just wait until next year. I feel safer walking around a theme park knowing that the cast members are going to be sanitizing around the clock, and you know, every so in between each guest. So I feel a lot safer walking around a theme park than I do walking around a water park at this current time. Um, and Yeah, so I haven't seen any of the water park um, live streams. I don't know if any of the water. See, that's the thing, is I don't know if any of the water parks in Florida have opened yet. I think they're opening soon. I've been back at work since the day after Memorial Day, so yeah, I if there are any water park live streams, I need to go check those out on replay and see what those are like. Anyways, but um, I I really hope that Disney does create a relaxation zone where you can go in that area and remove your mask and take a break from wearing the mask, because um, as someone who works at a car wash and it's hot and humid here. Okay, yeah. Okay, then I'm gonna have to go and watch those on replay, because um I for sure probably was working during those times. Um so I will for sure have to watch those on replay. Um so I really hope that Disney does bring relaxation zones, because as someone who works at a car wash and it's hot and humid here, and I'm sure it's hot and humid in Tennessee, wearing a face mask in the heat and humidity is going to be a killer. It actually is. It's a killer. There have been multiple times where I had to take double the amount of water breaks than I normally would, And normally the heat and humidity doesn't bother me, but now that I have to wear a face mask, it's getting to me. So I'm really hoping that Disney does incorporate relaxation zones so that guests can go into a safe place to remove their mask when they need to take a break from wearing that mask and breathe in some fresh air and just relax, grab a drink of water and stuff. Um, so I know that Universal has relaxation zones and SeaWorld has relaxation zones, and I do believe Busch Gardens may have relaxation zones. So I'm really hoping that Disney will follow suit and add in relaxation zones. Um, so that will definitely be helpful. Um, I I know that oh I forgot what I was gonna say. Anyways, um, I when Disneyland, I know that like I'm gonna be honest, I'm kind of surprised that Disneyland is opening up. Hey, Lena, how are you? Lena and I were on Spilling the Disney Tea last night, and that's on Christy's channel, and that should be on replay, but right now. So if you missed that, um, head at the end of this live stream, I'll link the the truck is fixed. Oh, that's good. That's good. I know you were working on the truck and that was taking a while for you to fix, but I'm glad that it's fixed. Um, so yeah. Um, I hope you're having a good Saturday, Lena. I I must have been really tired last night because I didn't wake up until like almost 9 in the morning, and I was just like zonked. And it was funny when I woke up this morning, I was like really groggy and just out of it. And now I suddenly have a burst of energy, and I'm like, where did this burst of energy come from? I don't know where. um, so yeah, I've been like, ooh, my voice has been cracking a whole lot this entire live stream. So I've been drinking water. I've got LaCroix here, and then I've got another water with me. um, so yeah, last night was fun. Although I was like falling asleep towards the end. I I know Christy tries not to go over an hour, but that was a 3 hour live stream, and not that I've never done a 3 hour live stream. I've had a 3 hour live stream once, and oh my word, I was just like, can we wrap this up, please? And poor Christy kept trying to wrap it up, and it took forever because like we all just had last minute things to say, and yeah. So actually, um, no. Um, so yeah, wow, I'm having a hard time talk tonight, and I don't know why. uh, and I think it's starting to rain. Yeah, I hear rain, although I think it's just rain. Yeah, it's just rain for now. Hopefully it doesn't lightning and thunder. If I see my lights flickering, then it pretty much means that it's going to get serious. So, yeah, Lena, I think the storms that you had last night are coming up my way. So, and I can definitely hear the rain pouring down right now. So that's pretty much. I definitely had a lot more that I wanted to talk about. You know what? For anyone that's watching, the last half, who wants to do Disney trivia? Because I can pull up some Disney trivia. If anyone wants to do Disney trivia, we can do that. Or I know the last live stream I did was Wednesday. That was supposed to be me teaching Lena how to make bows for Minnie ears. That didn't quite turn out so well. That's going to be turned into a video now instead of a live stream, just because I couldn't figure out how to get it to work without hurting people's ears. So be on the lookout for that video. Waiting tonight or tomorrow, which waiting on it here tonight or tomorrow, which means I'm going to have peppers on top of me. Oh, that's cute. So, and then what else? Disney. Oh, yeah, the Minnie the main attractions that got canceled or put off until further notice because the monthly Minnie main attraction series that is being put off until further notice. Yeah. We've got thunderstorms tonight, and it's going to be thundering and raining all through the night until tomorrow morning. So, and I'm scheduled to work tomorrow morning. I open at my job tomorrow, so I don't know if they're going to need me or not. They may not need me. So, although if they don't need me, if they don't need me, it's going to be weather related, and that's something that's out of control. So, I know that Minnie the Main Attractions was supposed to be released today, but it is currently being put on hold until further notice because Disney is having issues with their supplier, and then they have major issues with bots, so they're dealing with that. And then they have issues with people upselling on eBay and Poshmark and other sites. So I think that's what they're doing is they're trying to get rid of the bots, and they're trying to crack down on eBay sellers who resell their limited release merch for ridiculous amount of money, like double and triple the amount of money of what you would normally pay if you were to go to the Disney store or if you were to go to the parks. Because I know the ears are like $30, and then the pins are $20, and then I think the Loungefly backpack that's a part of this series is like I want to say almost $90, if I'm not mistaken. But Disney has been having issues with bots on their sites and people price gouging on eBay and other secondhand online places like Poshmark, and I'm not sure if people are selling on Amazon, but I'm pretty sure if they're selling on eBay, they might be selling on Amazon. Um, so at the moment, the Minnie main attractions is being put on hold until further notice because they're having supplier problems, and then the issues with um, online online reselling. So, and that's a huge issue because it's not really fair to those of us who actually want those merchandise items, who actually want the pins, who actually want the ears, the launch slide bag. Those are like collector items. And I'm one of those people that have had zero luck with getting any of the stuff. The only thing I was able to get was January's release, February's release, and I was not able to get March, April, or May at all. And it's because people have their bots set up, have all of the items in their cart the night before, and they got early access to the Minnie main attraction release, and the rest of us aren't as lucky to get those. So I'm really hoping Disney cracks down on people that upsell on eBay and other sites because it's flat out ridiculous. It shouldn't be happening. It shouldn't be a thing. Those people should definitely be fined for upselling at ridiculous prices. And it's some of that stuff is, I think someone sold it on eBay for like $1,000. I'm like, who is buying limited release Minnie Mouse merch for $1,000? Um, it's just crazy. And it makes wanting to get all that stuff not worth it because, you know, people like me, I want to add it to my collection and I can't. I haven't been able to add any of the Minnie main attraction stuff to my collection with the exception of the pins from January and the pins from February. The rest of the months I was not lucky at all. Like everything had been sold out within minutes of it being released on Shop Disney. And I think Shop Disney had another pin released and people still weren't able to get that. And so yeah, I really hope Disney figures out a new system, um, and they get rid of the bots because bots we don't like bots. They need to go. They people who who use bots to sell on eBay should no longer be purchasing from Disney. It's ridiculous. Yeah. Yeah, definitely. Like for sure I totally agree with you right there. Um Hoard and sell, it's crazy, but some people will buy. Yeah. I don't so yeah, I totally agree with you right there. Um Keystone. Yeah. It's it's sad that people have to kind of go that route of hoarding and selling at ridiculous prices. I understand people have to do what they need to do to earn some extra cash, but I feel like there are other ways on earning extra cash. You can make things and sell them to earn extra cash. Some side hustle to earn extra cash, but buying merchandise from a company like Disney and then selling it for $100, $200 to $1,000, up to $1,000 on eBay is just ridiculous. And it's not fair to the rest of us who want those um, limited release or limited edition items. Um, so yeah, it's not fair. um, okay, so we just had the alarms go off. I think I'm going to end the live stream here for safety reasons in case things do get worse. But if you are not, hit the subscribe button, give this live stream a big thumbs up, and I do go live on my channel every single Saturday night at 8 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Central. Normally I have friends, but my friends just weren't able to join in tonight. But next week I will for sure have friends lined up, ready to go. So I will see everyone else in my next live stream, and don't I and don't forget to watch my videos when I post them. And yeah, hope everyone has a lovely evening. Hi.